What costs $350 and is going to get beaten to an absolute pulp racing rallycross this season? Find out on this episode of Throttle Grotto. Hey everybody, welcome back to Throttle Grotto. So this week we are picking up the Rallycross car for 2018 season, and if it stays in one piece, it will be part of the 2019 season of Rallycross. So as I said before, it's a $350 car that runs and drives. So I'm here waiting to meet the person that owns it. It's actually a person that's local, active in the rally community, and this is something that they just had laying in their backyard for a while. So if your expectations are high at this point, they shouldn't be. This is going to be let's just come out and say it, it's not pretty. But the caveat to that is it's not going to take a lot to make it look decent. So I can actually see it from where I'm sitting here. It's parked in the guy's driveway, so I'm going to wait until he gets here to go out and snap some, as they say, snap some caps of it, and let you finally do the reveal as to what we're going to be racing this year. So I can tell you I've already got a catback exhaust system for it, and I've got a few other parts laying around that I can put on the car to make it more rally crossable. But I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to try to pick up this week so that we can swap out parts and make sure that it's going to be reliable. It's going to need a little bit of work on the cooling system. It's going to need a little bit of work on the brakes. It's going to need some work on the body. You know, it's a $350 car. I can't go into it with high expectations. So it burns a little bit of oil. So hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing the footage from the car being raced this season. I've got a lot of prep work to do. We've got to make a skid plate. We've got to make sure the brakes are good. I mean, that's obviously the most important thing. And we just kind of got to go over the whole car and make sure that it's, let's say 98% before we take it to the first event, which is, oh boy, a month and a half away is going to be the first event. So I've got enough time to do the things I need to do. So with that, I'm going to wait for the owner of the car to show up, and then we'll show it to you. All right, everybody. So I kind of filmed this out of order a little bit. I went and picked up the car, and I'm going to show it to you now, and then later I'll show you the part where I took it to the car wash on the way home for picking it up. So sorry things are a little bit out of order, but that's how it goes sometimes when doing these things. By the time I got home, it was too dark to film anything, so here we go. So here is the big reveal for the Rallycross car for 2018. I won't say it's a big reveal. This is the big reveal for our Rallycross car for 2018. I won't say it's a big reveal, but it's the one you've been waiting at least, well, let's say at the most 7 days for. So here we go. So there we go. Hopefully it was everything you expected it to be. So what we have is a 1990 Golf GL, 4-door. So this is a Digifont car. So it has the newer fuel injection. and we're going to try to make it as good of an autocross car as we can. It does have a few benefits, one being the price. Two, it's already kind of beat up, so we don't have to worry about beating the crap out of it too much when we're out doing rallycross type stuff. And I already kind of went through and cleaned up. Under the hood a little bit. Like I said, I already took it to the car wash, so the lighting in here isn't great. So the lighting in here isn't great, but it's a fairly clean car underneath the hood once I pressure washed a bunch of the crap off of it. So it's a no air conditioning car. Odometer says 125,000 miles, but I don't believe that for a minute. Somebody already put Euro fenders on it, and I've got a whole laundry list of stuff I'm going to have to get for this thing. So the good thing is the wheels that I had on the Prius will actually fit right on this car. So that's a huge bonus. And there's a lot of parts you can get for these cars. It's going to be fairly easy to make this into a something fun for us to beat up off-road. So there it is. I rolled it inside just real quick to kind of do this. I'm going to push it back outside, and then tomorrow I'll start working on it. Hopefully get the exhaust done, and maybe a few other things on it, because it doesn't sound very good right now. It sounds pretty bad. So, but I'll fire it up tomorrow, and you guys can hear how good this awesome exhaust system is. But actually, I can probably show it to you right now, because it's pretty bad. So that right there is one of the problems with it. It's got a huge exhaust leak from a crappy old flex pipe underneath. But I already have a fix for this that I think you guys will approve of. So that's all for tonight, and we'll do some more tomorrow when it's not so dark and cold out. Alright, so I figured I'd drag this thing to the car wash on the way home and get some of the funk out of the engine compartment. It's pretty filthy underneath here, but as can be expected for what it is. So let's defunk this thing. Hopefully that's a better starting point for under the hood. Let's get this thing home and get it unloaded. Alright everybody, so now that you've seen the Golf, I went and picked up a few parts today for it. I'm going to work on replacing this horrible exhaust and possibly swapping out the rear bumper. I have a small rear bumper for it. My goal for this is to do small bumpers front and rear with the 4-round grill. Hopefully that'll give it kind of a cool look. Yeah, this exhaust is terrible. I showed you guys the picture of it a little while ago, or a few moments ago, and now we're going to get it off of here. I've got this tectonic system. Hopefully we're going to be able to get it put on, and this thing will at least sound better. It's developed a misfire after sitting a couple of days, so I've got to look at that as well. But first step, let's get this exhaust swapped out. Just to be clear, up to this point, I haven't actually cut anything. It was installed so badly that it's just drooping on its own after I undid the rubber hangers. So like, it's got holes in it and everything else. No wonder it sounded terrible. It's been rubbing against the bottom of the car for a while. It's definitely a good. Alright everybody, so I'm not as far along as I'd hoped to be on the Golf, but part of that is due to my fault. I had to spend some time today unfudging the job I did yesterday, which I was laying in the rain working on exhaust, which is never fun, and I needed to have the car jacked up more to get underneath it, and it just didn't go well. So I cut a bunch of stuff apart today and fixed it, and now the exhaust is done, which is good. I've still got to make a tailpipe to go from the muffler to exit out past the back of the car, but the exhaust is on, it doesn't rattle against the car, and it actually sounds pretty good. So that's good. I swapped out to the small rear bumper. I'm still trying to find the front rear bumper. I've got the Rally wheels, well, not Rally, but the wheels that I used for Rallycross last year. I've got those mounted. I swapped out to some more, I guess, newer struts, because I think all the struts on the car were blown, and now they're not. So the whole car feels 100% better already. And then I've still got a bunch of parts to order. I'm nowhere near close to being done with the car. But hey, you know what? Even just one weekend's work on this car has been a significant improvement in how it looks. How does it look? Let's go take a look. And of course, you guys all want to hear how it sounds after all this work on the exhaust. So let's check it out. It's cold, my neighbors are out, I'm not going to rev the crap out of it, but at least you'll get to hear how it sounds. It sounds so much better than it did. So yes, as you can hear, I still have a little bit of an exhaust leak somewhere that I need to fix. It's still got that sound to it. So just ran out of time today, but I will figure out where that is because it will bother me and fix it. So, because I still have some more exhaust work to do. I've still got to swap the rear brakes, e-brake cables, all that stuff. So that will get fixed, but we're making improvements on this car already. So that's all the time that I have for this weekend, between chasing parts at the half-price junkyard sale and exhaust and like spending some time with friends and editing and yard work and everything else. It's been a pretty full weekend already. So thanks so much for watching. I know I need to work on this orange car. I've got too many things going on. I've got the Rallycross, I've got work, I've got the 75 project, I've got the 83 project I need to finish up. I still need to get rid of the Jetta wagon. It's like, too much stuff going on. But I'm going to keep chipping away at it. So we're coming up on, I think, next week or the week after, I'm going to have to check and see which one it is, but will actually be it'll be a year since we started making videos on this channel. So it's amazing to see how much stuff has happened in the past year. It's really good to see the growth on the channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the next year has in store for Throttle Grotto. So until next time, thanks for watching. Get out there and work on something.